Afghans totally uncertain what the future holds. Biden said the world is going to be watching how the Taliban behave. They have made commitments on safe passage, and the world will hold them to their commitments. Negotiations continued to keep the airport open to ensure the delivery of humanitarian aid. President will address the nation today. That's from the press release. We're all going to be glued to our televisions, right? President Biden said he will address the American people Tuesday afternoon. A statement issued just hours after the military completed the withdrawal said the president said the world is going to hold the Taliban to their commitments. For now, I will report that it was the unanimous recommendation of the Joint Chiefs and of all of our commanders on the ground to end our airlift mission as planned. Their view was ending our military mission was the best way to protect the lives of our troops and secure the prospects of civilian departures for those who want to leave in the weeks and months ahead. Kind of alluding to the fact that, in their estimation, having U.S. forces no longer on the ground, that the Taliban will not hesitate to allow these Americans to leave. Maybe the Americans, but do you really think they're going to allow Afghan citizens who had supported and worked with U.S. forces over the 20 years to safely depart the country? I don't sense that that's going to be the case. But all right, looking at 26 past the hour. Get back to your calls ahead. How about an NTPA update? It was another exciting weekend. John Dunlap has all the details.
Pros and minis inch one step closer, and no lead is safe in light supers and unlimiteds as pulling fans go loco in Lorain County. From National Tractor Pullers Association headquarters in Columbus, Ohio, this is the NTPA Overnight Radio Report. After midweek regional stops in Greenville, Ohio and Hudsonville, Michigan, the NTPA Grand National Tour moved its operations to Northeast Ohio for the Friday Night Spectacular in Wellington, where Classic Superstocks met up with 4 GN classes, 2 of which were set for their final hooks. We'll tell you how they wrapped up in just a minute. The Classics were led by Alan Heasley's Tin Man, which garnered its first NTPA win. Matt Spillman's Shell Shocked was the top pointer on the night and now leads Brother David's Smokin' Ace by 1 point with 2 to go. The Pro Stocks standard bearer was Jason Swanevek's Bootlegger Deer, whose 30-point effort moved it up to 6th in the standings. Just 2 points behind Son Spencer's Coal Fired for the final Enderley pull-off transfer spot. Already in prep mode for his home fair pull, Stark County in Canton, Ohio, this Friday and Saturday night, Danny Schmucker will carry second-place momentum with Rampage. Meanwhile, Rob Russell claimed third with his Workhorse Pro Case IH, and that stretched his championship points lead to 22, with 4 hooks across Kenton and Sandwich, Illinois remaining. In Modified Mini, Brian McDonald won for the 3rd time in 6 appearances with very little sanity, recapturing the form that saw him take Fort Recovery by storm. Chase Richardson's Vibrator gave a point back to Ken Veeney's Final Farmall to shrink Richardson's lead to 2 points, while Sam McCrary's Carbon Copy finished ahead of both to move to just 6 back. They'll wrap it up alongside the Grand National 4-wheel drives this Friday at the Tri-State Showdown at the Fulton County Fair in Wauseon, Ohio. Also running next weekend at the GN level are Super Farms, Super Stock Diesels, and 2-wheel drives at Thunder in the Corn, Friday and Saturday, September 3rd and 4th at the McFerrin Park Annex in Houston, Illinois. Find details on these great GN polls, as well as Ridgeland, Wisconsin, and Findlay, Ohio on Sunday, and Richwood, Ohio's Labor Day Matinee at ntpapull.com. Okay, enough suspense. What about those championships? In light superstock, Adam Spiegelberg's Detonator Black led Jason Hootman's Commander by 4 points and 1 win in the tiebreak. That meant that Hootman's best path to a championship would come from winning the class and putting 3 tractors between himself and Spiegelberg. And that's exactly what he did.
Oh, they make it look so easy. There it is. Look at him. 3 376, 395.
It was a heck of a show. Commander represents everybody that helps us out. And got a great family, and I can't believe it.
Announcer Denver Getchy with the call on the association's over-the-top streaming service, NTPA.TV. Hootman ended up winning his first Grand National title on the strength of a second-place tiebreaker. Meanwhile, in Unlimited,
Mr. Joe Eder out of North College, New York, run on that.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, we came in here. Certainly it's really tough. So that's cool. That's for all years.
by passing Chuck Knapp with his third-place effort, Joe Eder thus becomes a four-time GN champion and clinches his second straight Unlimited title in Wellington's friendly confines. For all the results from this weekend's action and a full schedule for next weekend, visit ntpapull.com. Reporting for the NTPA on the Overnight Drive, I'm John Dunlap. Stay safe and pull hard.
USA Radio News with Dan Naraki.
Thousands in Louisiana are still without power, according to Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards. He said Sunday evening that electricity is practically non-existent for most people in southeast Louisiana and that 25,000 linemen are in the state working to restore power. Regional power supplier Entergy says that it could be up to 3 weeks before power is restored to some of the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Ida. The company estimates that 90% of its customers would see power restored sooner. The Louisiana Department of Health has also confirmed that a second person has died in the storm. The department said in a Monday evening tweet that a man drowned in his vehicle when he tried to drive through floodwaters near I-10 in New Orleans. Officials have issued evacuation orders around the Lake Tahoe Basin as the Calder Fire continues to burn through Northern California. More than 3,500 firefighters are working to control the blaze, which is 14% contained. The fire has burned through 277 square miles since it started on August 14th, destroying more than 600 structures. This is USA Radio News.
Do you have a home that you don't want anymore? We can buy it from you within 24 hours. Any home, size, or condition. For over 20 years, we've been buying homes for cash and helping homeowners sell their homes immediately with no listings or strangers walking through your home. Are you moving? Did you lose your job? Going through a divorce? Whatever the reason, if you're in a bind and you know that you need to sell your house fast, call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. We'll make you a serious cash offer to buy your home in 24 hours and let you walk away from it. No listing, no waiting. Sell any home, any size, any condition now. Call the expert team at I Need to Sell My House Fast. Make this free call now.
800-478-6084. 800-478-6084. 800-478-6084. That's 800-478-6084.
Live from the Hotshot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced System Shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits, to maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system. There's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
For anything diesel, take it to Scheid Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Scheid Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Scheid Diesel has you covered.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with Isolate. It's also equipped with many standard and optional comfort features, such as high and mid backrests, 9.4-inch fore-aft slide adjustment, adjustable armrests, and manual or dual air lumbar support systems to keep you comfortable throughout your ride. Build your T-Series seat today at BostromSeating.com and ensure your ultimate comfort for wherever the road takes you. Bostrom Seating, the ultimate comfort for the open road.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the smokies off your ass. This is the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Look at there, our line of thunderstorms is already sweeping through Des Moines. Like I said, this line is moving on 50 mile an hour. And really, this line of storms has really begun to congeal all the way from central portions of South Dakota through northeastern Nebraska over into central Illinois, and all along that line. A lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. We're seeing warnings out of Nebraska as well as South Dakota. Most of them all indicating 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds, quarter-size hail reports coming in with most of these. So you're talking Interstate 29 right now. As we mentioned earlier, I-35, I-80. Let's see. This went out of South Dakota, I-90, between the 156 and 174 mile marker. 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-size hail. And that's definitely the kind of night you're going to slow you down with your travels, right? Be cautious out there. Hey, let's get back to the calls. I know this, guys. I'm glad we're out of Afghanistan. I hate the fact that there's maybe several hundred Americans still there.
Yes, sir. And but let's keep this real. Besides Joe Biden, all right. Now I imagine he was saying to his generals, all right, is everything set up? Can we get out of Afghanistan? Well, Trump said in a YouTube. I think with Sean Hannity, no, this was, I was told that if this is what we, no matter what we did, if we backed out too quick, this is what was going to happen. So at least the generals must have been telling him that no, be another 18 months before they're able to take over their country. So apparently, the generals for Joe Biden said, yeah, we can do it. And a sign of that was when General Milley, Miss Milley, I like to call him, stood up and said, we didn't see that coming. Well, the very next statement out of that man's mouth should have been, and this is my resignation. I'm telling you, you've got a 400 ship Navy. You've got, you've got 800 captains. If you get a ship, if a captain runs his ship aground, I guarantee you he lost his job right then and there. As soon as they get it pulled off the sandbar, there's going to be a new captain, new executive officer, new command situation. I'm glad we're out there because I don't trust who's in command of our country right now, and I don't want our troops in harm's way. And yes, I want to know, hey, Glenn Beck, his organization's, I forget the name of it, came up with over $2 million to fly Christians out of Afghanistan. Ironically, Laura Logan is working with him and was interviewed with him, and she said that the State Department was fighting them flying private planes in there to get Christians out of Afghanistan, which will be a primary target for the Taliban. And they were fighting tooth and nail to get planes in there, including being threatened of being shot down. And they went in anyway. So I'm sorry. It's I don't trust the government. I think our government truly. I believe our military, everything. They're political. We've seen that with the FBI, CIA. We've seen the militaries don't. It's super political. They're more worried about getting white supremacists, i.e. Trump supporters, out out of the ranks. They're not fit to do their job. They worked their way up there. They got the, you know, they got up there by nook and crook, but I haven't seen any sign of anything. I guess except for you made mention of it, I think, in the news where the general said, yeah, we're finally out there. Think about it. That general said with our last flight out of there, if we had been able to stay a couple more weeks, we could have got the rest. Right there was a little bit of something that he was actually questioning his commands. So, you know, I've got a funny feeling he's going to answer to that. Just that little blurb, you know, which you just don't do that to your superiors. But yeah, I by no way do I support Joe Biden in any of his decisions, but that's the point. I don't trust him to run a war, let alone they screwed up the evacuation. I would like to hear one. What about the school children that was over there? I mean, that's stupid. I mean, I guarantee you that was Democrats to take their kids over there on some kind of a tour of Afghanistan. That's just crazy. And all these other people that need to get out, I just do pray, and I pray they can get out. But hey, we can't be responsible for everything going on. And I'm different. Everybody's, oh, you know, we fight them over there so they'll come over here. No, they come over here because we put boots. The first American boot that hit Saudi Arabian soil, we turned bin Laden. It was because we're too much in their business, and we violated their country, and that's what started this war. It may not end, but thank you. Keep saying that now that we quit fighting them over there, they're coming over here. Good. Let's secure our southern border. That's a good reason to secure our border, which we don't hear nothing about, except for now the court said that the stay in Mexico policy was a legitimate law, and the Biden administration not abiding by it was violating law. So, of course, we haven't heard nothing about that through all this mess. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, I ain't proud of America right now for what she done, but I'm more worried about our troops being lost over this. How long are we going to be over there? You know, just you ready for 10 more years? You ready? I don't mean to be crude or rude. You've already had a son that served over there. Do you really want to end up your grandson being over there? And honest, I mean, when you get older, you get to 64, you start to look back. I mean, yeah, it's I mean,
well, let me ask you a question, Chevy guy. Yeah, it's not if, but it's when. When they hit us again, when they hit us on American soil, what do you say? Are we going to go back? Yeah, my son said from the very beginning, yes, he was on the ground there. He said, Dad, we're going to go back. We're going to have to go back.
Well, my grandson says no. Says it's a joke. Like I said, he went on patrol, and I heard what your son said. They never go out without air cover. He didn't have air cover. That way, his patrol had to get out of there on a 15-mile overnight hike after they'd been up and fighting. He said the Afghan troops, they were nothing. I mean, they disintegrated, during the battle. And they did not have air cover. So listen, they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing in Iraq, all these different countries. Are we going to start going into all these countries that's doing this stuff? I'm sorry. Remember, the president of Afghanistan stuffed his plane full of probably American money. He wasn't worried about the women and children in his own country. He was getting out of there. So I'm just their soldiers just their weapons. So, but the 20 years of freedom that those people seen, that might make a difference. They might, somebody down the road, when they see they're fed up with what the Taliban's doing, they might have a civil war. They might come out of it. We got to stop being putting our butts on the line for these people that don't really want us there. I mean, because any way you look at it, we were putting up a puppet government. And we already seen you can't put up there's just something about freedom. I mean, it's just something about freedom. It's Vietnam. We didn't go back into Vietnam, and they were killing people in South Vietnam. It's the same situation. If you remember the vote people, I mean, it's just not good. Anyway, there's no good answer to this. And there's nobody wrong at this. Go back, stay, whatever. But either way, my line of thinking is we don't have leadership to go back. All right. I guess I could return this question to you. Are you willing to let Joe Biden, in the choice of his general leadership, send our children back into Afghanistan?
Well, that's why I prefaced my question with when they hit us. I mean, it's like we're going to our hand will ultimately be forced. I mean, you cannot allow a September 11 incident occur without responding to it. And that's, granted, that's what we did then. Why we ended up there 20 years, I'm not exactly sure. But
well, they hit our 9/11. Remember, our 9/11 was not for any other reason than we put an American boot on Saudi Arabian soil. And oddly enough, we never even come after Saudi Arabia for all this stuff. But we're back over there and putting our knee on the ground, begging for them to lower or increase the production to keep the price of oil lower. So something about all that was just stinking fishy. But no, if they come over here, it's because we was over there. But at the same time, hopefully before they hit us over here, somebody will start to say, let's control our southern borders so they can't get in.
Well, you got to go back to Trump's policies. They called it a Muslim country ban. I mean, I take a bit of a question to your statement about the only reason they hit us is because we stepped boots over there. That may have been a part, but I mean, if you get to the nitty gritty, the radical Islam sector wants to eradicate the West. They hate America. We are the great Satan. That battle is never going to end unless we annihilate the entirety of them.
Well, you're talking, are we going to annihilate an entire country? I mean, if so, let's just start turn old Afghanistan into glass and Iran into glass. You understand? It's
well, that's why you got to keep the SOBs out of here. Yeah, all these things that Joe Biden has done, eliminating the Muslim, the handful of countries that we knew terror operations could be coming into this country from. Okay, so we're out of Afghanistan. Now you damn sure better secure this country because I guarantee they're going to be coming at us. They're totally emboldened by this. How about the guys that spent the last 10, 15 years in Guantanamo or in the prisons over there in Afghanistan? You don't think they want their vengeance?
Exactly. Yep. It's because an American boot hit Saudi Arabian soil.
And radical Islam's ultimate goal is to rule the world. That's the ultimate goal. That's the mindset. Not all Afghans, not all Iraqis, not all Iranians, the radical Islamic sector. And the radical Islamic sector continues to grow and expand and recruit. There is no happy ending, is there? So we're out of Afghanistan. But this is the message that went out to those that are essentially now stuck behind enemy lines. And we don't know. Is it 100? Is it 200? Is it 500? We don't know. Quote, "We regret to inform you that international military evacuations from Kabul airport have ended. We are no longer able to call anyone forward for evacuation flights. We will keep lists of all of you who have registered, and you should mention your relationship with NATO in any future immigration or visa applications to a NATO country." You're on your own. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you tired all the time? Growing older is a fact of life. Our skin starts to wrinkle, muscles get weaker, and our energy levels plummet. If there was a product that may help you slow down these symptoms of aging, would you be interested? I want you to go to getonthegel.com. That is getonthegel.com. Watch this 4-minute video that explains more about this amazing product. Or call us at Youth Fountain HGH today at 513-472-0699 for more information.
Diesel Army is on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Burning the midnight oil with the best diesel coverage. All the tech, all the torque. Diesel Army, where there's smoke, there's fire. For the latest news and event coverage, as well as feature and tech articles, sign up for the newsletter and don't miss a thing. Visit dieselarmy.com from the Power Auto Media family of digital magazines. Again, it's dieselarmy.com.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor here. Are you tired of those tax problems following you around like a dark cloud, always in the back of your mind, losing sleep at night? Call me now and get your life back. 888-557-4020 or go to mytaxhelpmd.com. Pretending they're not there won't make them go away. The IRS isn't going to forget. They will levy your bank account and garnish your wages. Don't wait for that to happen. I'm not telling you these things to scare you. I'm telling you so you can benefit from my years of experience. Now is the time to act. 888-557-4020.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. LaVon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3/4 or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
And now, back to the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Yeah, Scooter makes a good point. He sends me an email, Steve at hotshotsecret.com. He said, Steve, remember during the Trump presidency, like every other day, there were people threatening to resign over every damn decision Trump made. Isn't it kind of telling that no one has resigned or threatened to resign over this debacle? That is a valid point. No matter how bad it is, yeah, ain't nobody. I don't know. It's no accountability, right? No accountability. Let's see. Under the industry headlines from our friends at CDL Life, Arizona police investigating a deadly hazmat situation at a truck wash in Avondale, Arizona. Yeah, this was over the weekend at Danny's Truck Wash off I-10. This is a commercial truck wash, and the two victims were located inside the container of a tractor-trailer semi-truck. According to the fire and medical deputy chief, firefighters in hazmat gear were able to recover the two victims. The two men were taken to the hospital in critical condition from exposure to chemicals in the tanker. Both men later passed away. 4 firefighters who responded to the scene suffered from heat-related illness. They were transported to the hospital. This is an ongoing investigation by the Avondale Police Department, but I don't know what was in that container. And several truck stop locations closed due to evacuations or damage caused by Ida. Some of the latest information. All right, we all know Ida made shore Sunday, Monday, weakening to a tropical storm, now tropical depression. But several major truck stops had shut down stores. And as of early Monday, we had on the big 3 chain, Love's, in Port Allen, Louisiana. You got the Speedco in Hammond, Louisiana, closed till further notice. The Hardee's restaurant at Love's, number 243 in Louisiana, closed till further notice. That's Iowa, Louisiana. And the Chester's restaurant at Love's in Dewson, Louisiana, closed till further notice. Pilot Flying J, let's see here. Yeah, they go by numbers, or let's say St. Rose, Louisiana, LaPlace, Louisiana, Denham Springs, Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, and Hammond, Louisiana, as well as the Flying J in Gulfport, Mississippi. Travel Centers of America, the TA Slidell, the entire site lost power. And until restoration, they are shut down. The Hammond, Louisiana location lost power. No estimated time of restoration. Please visit the TA in Tallulah or Mobile. Tallulah's on I-20, Mobile, of course, on I-10, exit 4. So some updates, for those that are bringing emergency supplies and whatnot into that region of the country. Obviously, you fill your tanks up before you go in so you don't have to fill up while you're down there to get out. Meanwhile, let's get back to your calls here. Pup is on the line. What do you say this morning, Pup?
Oh, how you doing there, big buddy?
Hanging with him.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got power back up here. That's a good thing.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, when you said that place, Louisiana, buddy, I'll tell you what, I had a heyday down there. I walked into a Best Western, and I wasn't even a guest. I got to drink for free for 2 hours, and then I went to the bar next door. That place, Louisiana, is one hoot of a time, I'm telling you. Yeah. So, did you guys have any bad storms down that way?
Right there during about the last 30 minutes of the show last night, had some thunder, some heavy rain, and we had off and on showers for a few hours, but things pretty much moved out.
Oh.
I think we're going to be on like the northernmost edge of what's left of Ida when it comes through. Don't have to get too far south of us into like parts of northern Kentucky. I think they're going to see a lot more rain there. There's going to be a pretty sharp cutoff line between there and here.
I'll tell you what, man, we got hit pretty damn hard last night. And ain't nothing we can't handle.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds like everything's going good. I was wondering, shoot. Who's the one guy that always calls in from Alabama area? That thing's supposed to be heading over that way.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of rain. Alabama, it's northern Alabama tonight. Some of the rain's actually moving into northwest Georgia as well. They're going to see some pretty decent rain over toward Chattanooga. Yeah, the wife's family down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Up there in that one corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, So
bad
no,
news is, I
just
mean, they
thought
got
I'd call
some of
in
that.
and say hi. I talked to Chevy guy earlier today, and he goes, "You ought to call in and at least tell him you got some power back." And well, we got our power back, but
Now,
I'm off tonight.
Was it out long enough where you lost everything in the fridge and the freeze, or no? Oh, you had a generator.
No,
You had the
man,
generator
I'm
going. That's
telling
right.
Yeah. I've got way too much money in them freezers to lose that. And there's at least a half a beef in each, or not each one, but we keep our meat in one freezer and we keep our vegetables in another freezer and stuff. And
Yeah.
I got too much time invested in that.
Yeah, I forgot you mentioned last evening.
Go.
You forgot you had mentioned you were babysitting the generator, making sure that you didn't lose all that stuff. All right, well, Pup, hey, good to hear from you. Glad you got your power back. You're in a lot better shape than about 1 million people in the Deep South. How long are they going to be without power? It is 844-844-3388. Got the Red Mule coming up next. You'll get much more to come. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News with Dan Naraki.
Thousands in Louisiana are still without power, according to Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards. He said Sunday evening that electricity is practically non-existent for most people in southeast Louisiana and that 25,000 linemen are in the state working to restore power. Regional power supplier Entergy says that it could be up to 3 weeks before power is restored to some of the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Ida. The company estimates that 90% of its customers would see power restored sooner. The Louisiana Department of Health has also confirmed that a second person has died in the storm. The department said in a Monday evening tweet that a man drowned in his vehicle when he tried to drive through floodwaters near I-10 in New Orleans. Officials have issued evacuation orders around the Lake Tahoe Basin as the Calder fire continues to burn through Northern California. More than 3,500 firefighters are working to control the blaze, which is 14% contained. The fire has burned through 277 square miles since it started on August 14th, destroying more than 600 structures. This is USA Radio News.
The best companion a pillow has ever had. You've heard me talking about Mike Lindell's Giza Dreams bed sheets now for a couple of years. They're the perfect companion to the My Pillow. Made with the world's best cotton called Giza, grown only in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. Its long staple cotton makes it ultra soft and breathable. And just like the My Pillow, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. Try it for yourself. Mike Lindell and I promise you'll sleep better or you get your money back. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special, use my promo code USA. Giza Dream Sheets as low as $49.99, but only if you use my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175 and ask for the Giza Dream Sheets special, and the promo code USA gets you up to 66% off the entire line of MyPillow products. Sleep better with the Giza Dreams bed sheets and save at MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
As Hurricane Ida slammed Louisiana with devastating winds, heavy rains, and dangerous storm surges on the 16th anniversary of the landfall of Hurricane Katrina, one vital piece of infrastructure survived the storm. Lance Pry explains.
Hurricane Ida hit landfall Sunday stronger than Hurricane Katrina 16 years earlier to the day. In fact, it was tied for fifth as the strongest hurricane to make landfall in the United States since records have been kept. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards tells Fox News the multi-billion-dollar levee system is paying off.
You have to remember that in Hurricane Katrina 16 years ago, it was really the failure of the levee that caused the worst part of that disaster by far. What I can report tonight is the hurricane risk reduction system, the protection system that has been really very much strengthened in the 16 years since Katrina. By the way, about $14 billion worth of investment there. It's holding up extremely well.
This is USA Radio News.
Bingo lovers, you have to try Bingo Treasure, the bingo game you play anywhere. Go to BingoRadioUSA.com from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer and play Bingo Treasure for free. Play one card, play more. Work your way through the maze of bingo fun. Bingo Treasure is bingo at the next level. Go right now to BingoRadioUSA.com for your free account and free play. Join the bingo revolution. It's free at BingoRadioUSA.com. That's BingoRadioUSA.com.
With the final U.S. military flights out of Afghanistan leaving on Monday, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that there are between 100 and 200 Americans remaining in the country who want to get out. In remarks Monday evening, Blinken pledged that the U.S. would continue to work to get them and Afghans who work